Hey, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the House of Bricks Live. And we are live. And I don't know about any of you with kids out there, but I am counting down the days for my four sons to be in school. Fortunately, here in Michigan, they start early. So this Thursday, my oldest three will be heading off to Brother Rice High School. And I gave the dean my wife's phone number. Don't call me. Anything they do wrong, she is responsible for. But look, we continue to feature some best in class top CEOs, professional athletes, and we've focused some of our more recent episodes on founders in our StartupX Academy. And the reason I switched the name from Accelerator to an Academy is because I've been doing a lot of research on accelerators, and a lot of times they're accelerating really bad ideas and creating compounding problems. So we're an academy and mixing real business experience along with a proven process. And today, I'd like to welcome one of our founders in the StartupX Academy. Katja, welcome to the House of Bricks.
Hi, Adam. Great to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you. So you've been in our academy now for about a month, kind of going through our StartupX program. But tell us a little bit about your current venture and what you're up to.
Yeah, thank you. And it's been an amazing opportunity, Adam, to be part of the Academy. Love the new term. So a little bit about my journey. Well, I started the company a couple of years ago, 4 years back in Australia, actually, and then came to the United States. You might be able to detect my accent. I've always been passionate about personal development and coaching and growing human potential. And so I created a company around it.
Yeah, and that's awesome. And I know you mentioned been at it for a couple of years now. And just from what I learned about it, I mean, you're definitely on the right track, but it's not an easy problem that you're trying to solve. And there's a lot of different ways you can approach it. What's unique about the way that you're going about it?
Yeah, thank you. Great question. So typically organizations, either the SMEs as well as large enterprise organizations in the world have a very analog approach to their learning and development. It's scattered, it is unorganized, it's still very manual. So we combine that with technology, a full platform play, triple SaaS play that helps every stakeholder in the engagement. Most importantly, HR, who has to facilitate and govern the entire engagement. So we help them really bring ease and grace to the process, as well as the opportunity to do reporting and measure every data point. And now that's key, because up until today, ROI has always been a term that has not often been heard when it comes to learning and development, Adam. It's been a spaghetti stick principle. Let's throw some money at the wall and see what sticks, and then we'll have a vibe if something's working in the corporation. Fortunately, this is really a problem in organizations today because of retention being the number one problem in organizations that they're really looking into and looking to find a solution that is sustainable and allows them to implement coaching and learning and development at scale in a standardized manner.
Yeah, and I think what you're doing is great. And obviously we have a community and advisory service, so we're bought into the value of coaching. And I can see retention obviously being an obvious problem to solve for, but even the people that don't leave, right? I mean, what's the value of a happy workplace and people feeling heard and personal development?
Yeah, great question. So why do people leave in the first place? People leave because they're disengaged. And why are they disengaged? Because they're overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed professionally. Either they don't have the skills or the tools to fulfill their job that's demanded of them, or they're overwhelmed personally. And I mean, just look at your own life, or any of the listeners. There's so much.
Hey, you're calling me out. What's wrong with my life? I'm pretty dang happy. I don't look happy to you. I'm as happy as they get. You even made me smile. There you go.
But the reality is, statistics show that people are struggling more than ever with uncertainty and pace of change and AI coming into the workforce right now. People need support, and self-administered learning no longer fits the mold, because self-administered learning is just that. It's click by PowerPoint or click by going through some SCORM files. People need the human interaction, somebody that's really looking you in the eye, listening to what's going on, and having a bespoke and a tailored approach to the problems that the company wants to solve together with the employee.
And coaching can mean a lot of things to a lot of people, right? How do you differentiate, or I guess narrow the focus of the type of coaching that organizations need?
Great question. So coaching has, because it's an unregulated industry, it has received a bad rap, and it is a fragmented industry. So with our platform, we usher in vetted coaches who have received a qualification with a certified coaching institution, have a minimum of 500 hours. We hop on a call with them ourselves, and we really make sure that the person's a good fit for the company. And on top of that, the company has the final say who they want to onboard. And companies can also allow their own coaches, in-house coaches, to access the platform. That's a huge differentiator. None of our competitors do that. And we're about solving the problem for the organization. That's why we allow external as well as in-house coaches on the platform.
So are they able to, so it sounds almost kind of like an Amazon for coaching, right? I mean, they have to be approved, right? There's reviews, there's ratings. And the reason I say that, not to devalue what you're doing. In fact, anyone compared to Amazon's a great thing. But what I see as value is you can find advice from anywhere, any place, at any time. But the truth is, is it good advice, and advice that fits within your culture? Because the company may have certain standards or cultures that they create. So their ability to kind of centralize the advice, or who's coaching their team, and that it aligns with their culture.
Absolutely. You mentioned some really great keywords. Centralization is key for HR to really, or the executive team, because it's now a board topic. It's not just a HR topic anymore. It's moved from a vitamin to a painkiller, and it's definitely number one discussions on board tables. But the only way to do that is centralize the data. We have 3,500 coaches that we can usher in, and a database of another 20,000 that we can really tailor to the company's requirements, be it language, be it technical skills, or be it qualifications, as well geographical or proximity. Budget, of course, is a huge factor in all these equations, but we can find the right person for the company that's required. And on top of that, at any point in time, can we exchange the individual should it not be a fit anymore? So that's another huge advantage to the coach, to the company. We take care of the complaint management, make sure everything's seamless and humming for them.
And so we're all about transparency and authenticity in the House of Bricks. So as founders, we love to tell how great things are, but what are some of the challenges that you're facing right now? What are your biggest constraints?
Well, right now, companies are experiencing a lot of restructuring and uncertainty themselves. So there's volatility with budget assignment. There's strategic goals are short. Unfortunately, there's short-term thinking around some strategic goals. So some of these sales cycles are longer, and once we had a commitment, then priorities shift again. And so what we are now seeing is that the board members themselves, executive teams, are getting involved and seeing this as a solution that's required. But it is a challenge, obviously, to be a HR tech provider, and it is a challenge. It's a very competitive market because there's some. There's a lot of need out there. It's a huge market opportunity in the 3-digit billions, this market that we're addressing. So of course, there's competitors out there. Of course, we know that we are a great service solution, but yeah.
Sales cycle, always good to understand when you're managing cash flow in any business. And I'm saying that because I've been there. I had a healthcare analytics business. We were selling into payers, right? We estimated a sales cycle of 6 to 8 months, and it ended up being 18 to 22 months. Well, when you're burning $150,000 a month of your own cash, you certainly get creative on how to accelerate that. But important advice for founders out there: it's like remodeling your house. It's always going to take twice as long as you think and cost twice as much to do it. So you kind of went after some big players initially, and now being a good founder and CEO, you're starting to make some changes. What are some of those changes you're making?
Yeah, we have a dual market approach, Adam. So we've been fortunate enough to partner with some of the industry giants and leaders. SHL is one of our partners, strategic partner. They bring world-class psychometric assessments to play. And we have partnered with them. So any organization that wants to embed assessments together with coaching as the solution and learning, we have a great partner in the play. We're also collaborating with Deloitte, the Future of Work leader. Their managing director of learning development, Erin Clark, has joined our team, and they're looking to even white label our platform solution in-house. So why am I saying that? You addressed a pivot towards going a direct marketing towards SME companies, which that's our dual market approach. These large giants have given us access to Fortune 500 companies and phenomenal deal sizes. But as you said before, the sales cycles are longer than expected, and we are opportunity driven and solution focused. So SMEs, we can service companies. It makes sense for companies starting at 100 employees plus. That's when a standardized and scalable coaching and learning development solution makes sense in a corporation. So we're addressing the SME market as well.
Yeah, and just from an investor standpoint, one of the things that got me excited in your pitch was something I haven't heard very often, was a triple SaaS play. So if you can talk to us a little bit about the revenue model, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. We wanted to make this a win-win-win. I think those are the companies of the future. If it's a one-way stream towards the consumer, it doesn't work anymore. So there's 3 key stakeholders involved, which is the administration through HR or the company's talent management team. Then, of course, the coach and the employee themselves. So each of these have an interface seamlessly combined in a database on the platform. So the pricing model is a subscription model that we go to corporations, and they have a monthly subscription. And then on top of that, we get a commission for coaches that they use from our platform. Of course, if they use their in-house or external people, we're not going to double dip. We obviously just pay for the technology in that case.
Okay, got it. And are they long-term commitments, or is it just month to month? I could sign, companies can sign up, or are they longer-term agreements?
Yeah, we have a plug-and-play solution. Typically, it makes sense to have a long-term contract in place. 3 years is recommended because your employees need to get used to the system. So if it's just month to month, by the time that your employees have really been onboarded and are utilizing the system, we can be ready within 30 to 60 days, depending on the company's requirements. But we do recommend longer cycles because it makes sense for the corporation itself.
Yeah, it's definitely an onboarding process, right? And it takes time to, like you said, build the relationship. So that's where you are today as a founder and CEO. I know you have great vision. So where do you see this 12 months from now?
12 months from now, so we're in the process of closing some exciting deals. We're definitely scaling our sales team and constantly improving our technology solution and the platform. 12 months from now, we're in a very stable position, raising our A series as well, and have solid partner contracts and clients together with Deloitte and SHO in place as well.
And what do you see? So, sorry, you just mentioned you are actively raising capital right now. Is this going to be seed money, Series A? Where are you at in the capital raise?
Yeah, so we're raising 1.5 million. This is to build out the sales team, further go-to-market strategies, implement those, as well as have first and second line support in place. The platform is steady, operative, and everything is ready to go. So whatever you want to call it, it's a seed plus or a bridge financing just for service excellence and client fulfillment.
Got it. And I could see some comments coming in here. So people love to hear about the business. They love to hear about the business model. They love to hear about your vision, but people want to hear about you and why you even started this company. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about your story.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. I mean, I'm not sure if listeners have heard the concept of Ikigai, but it really is a combination of my lifelong passion as well as my work experience. My work experience took me down the path of global strategy manager of one of the world's largest law firms, and we merged into globally the 13th largest at the time. It was Herbert Smith and Freehills, which was Australia's largest law firm. And just seeing the corporate transformation and the change management required in these large restructuring efforts and transformative efforts, there's a lot there. So coaching makes a lot of sense, supporting companies with that. Then later on, I was actually privy to be COO of one of the world's largest law firms, managing their Australian offices, Jones Day. And that gave me insight to how ineffective and how inefficient these solutions are actually managed in-house and what a great market need there is. But my personal passion, I think it's fair to say, derives from pain. Pain, seeing firsthand if people don't get the support they need, what it can do to relationships in family, in corporations, in life. And so I wanted to create a platform where the vision is to give access to transformational learning experiences to billions through technology and give them access to the coaches, the support, be it professionally or personally, whenever they need it, wherever they need it. And that's how I got started with Viveka.
Well, pain usually leads to problem solving, right? So there's two ways to give someone value. One is to take away something they don't want, or to give them something that they don't have. And what I love about what you're doing is really the certification process of the advice people and the coaching that people are getting, because there's one thing worse than like no advice. It's bad advice, because people are getting it from a coach. It's provided by a company, and you're like, oh, I should probably be listening to this person, and it sends them in the wrong direction a lot. So I like the certification process, and then also not trying to jam your solution into every company. Companies do have coaching. They have a culture. There isn't a one size fits all and right answers for coaching. So it solves a problem that, really in two ways, right? The quality of advice people are getting, but also making sure it fits within their culture, because what may work for one company may not work for someone else. So I see another question here. So what's the addressable market and the need for service between the small, medium, and enterprise employers?
Yeah, the addressable market, according to the US Bureau of Statistics, is close to 500 billion right now. And this is learning and development throughout corporations, of course, as well, tapping into tech solutions. So we're a unique player in that sense that we're bundled technology service provider together with our coaches. The difference between SMEs and enterprise, I mean, the value add for enterprise is 100% the democratized approach to coaching and the scalability and the reliability of the technology, and that we can standardize and measure learning and development through organizations and really help them optimize their budget and the allocation of it. For SMEs, it typically is growth and the implementation of short-term or long-term strategic initiatives. Like we said before, Adam, we can roll out, preferably long-term, but if a company just wants to push hard or has a restructuring effort right now going on where they want to make sure for PR purposes or whatever that people are taken care of in the offboarding process, we can jump in for a 6-month initiative, or if there's hard strategic initiatives or strong onboarding right now from a company, we can help with the leadership development, as well as making sure that these newly hired leaders don't churn straight away. There's a massive cost to churning newly acquired talent, and I mean, to the people leaders that are listening on this call, they're aware, and sometimes it's up to 18 months of their salary if these leaders churn, and that's a massive cost and time obviously associated with it for an organization.
Well, and one of the things I just thought about was you're really providing an affordable solution to the small and medium-sized businesses that can't really afford to make hiring mistakes or lose people over time. It's really the biggest mistake that you can make is hiring or not retaining the right people. And of course, they can't bring on full-time coaches like some of these, larger companies. So I see in the small to medium-sized business, it's really a way to improve your company culture without incurring, a full-time or multiple full-time positions, right? So
outsourcing has always been the way to stay lean. Obviously, if that's not recommended or if that's not desired by the company, by all means, like you said, we're not here to reinvent the wheel. We work with the companies to see what works best for them. In-house mentoring is also a great opportunity for companies to scale and support their employees in-house if they don't want the full outsourcing approach.
So I know you'll have a good answer to this because we've been working on it. What is the impact of your business?
The impact really is the return for the companies. I mean, the 40% increase in productivity, according to Harvard Business, the reports have really shown the retention increases by 25%, and it makes a company more competitive as well. If your talent's sticky, if your talent's loyal, sick costs go down, and typically we're seeing, if you look at the accumulative of all these factors, we're seeing an 8x return on investment at a minimum for companies.
Okay. And do you have predefined coaching programs? So if I am a company looking to use your services, how do I know where to start?
Yeah, absolutely. So some companies come to us and they're very specific. They already have their standardized programs in place. Of course, we can roll and push those out to the coaches and make sure there's a consistent approach to what has already been done. In lieu of that, we have IR psychologists that can work together with the HR teams to find a solution, as well as we have standardized coaching programs that we are happy to implement to corporations.
Yeah, because it's kind of like death by 1,000 options, right? Like coaching, like we said earlier, can mean a lot of things to different people. And companies oftentimes like, yeah, we need coaching, right? But what exactly do you need? When do you need it? So I think giving them that track, at least recommendations on where to start and where to get the most value is another cost savings, right? And missed opportunity trying to figure it out on your own, right? Stick to what you're good at. And like you said, outsourcing is always a good option. So as we look to wrap up our time today, I know you have an exciting week ahead of us. Can you tell us what's going on Thursday for you?
Thursday, remind me, Adam.
No
Well,
idea.
a little bit of advertising for House of Bricks. Obviously, our final competition is coming together this Thursday. I believe it's not accessible publicly, but finalists, 16 companies are competing to be able to be chosen to be to present at David Meltzer's 2-minute pitch, an Apple series similar to
Shark Tank.
Shark Tanks. Thank you so much. I was like,
I got you.
But I was like,
it
where
wasn't an advertisement for me, but you gave me a good idea. We should make it pay-per-view. So
yeah, you should invite the audience, make it
publicly.
Give them some voting rights.
That's right.
And, so yeah, really looking forward to Thursday. Definitely hope that Viveka will be one of the chosen 5 companies to go to the next round. And yeah, excited to be part of this program, Adam. Thanks for creating it.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you joining today and sharing with our founders out there. For everyone listening, listen, there is never a straight path to the top. It's about being able to make decisions, reading, reacting, and continuing to make progress. Even my own community, they've seen me test things and fail, but we learn and grow every time. So want to thank you again for being on the House of Bricks and for being a participant in the StartupX Academy. And I wish you the best of luck on Thursday. And we'll see you on the 2-minute drill the last week of August, according to you. So.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Adam. Looking forward to it. And check out the QR code if you can click on it.
Awesome.